After 3 hours of excavating by machine and by hand, the team still hasn't reached a straight cutoff point. Meanwhile, the gas rages up into the atmosphere, all the while threatening to reignite at any moment. The crew hits the jackpot. The excavation is successful. They have reached straight pipe.
We've excavated to the point where we're deep enough where we've got good straight pipe. We've done a check on it, make sure it's round. Now we're going to go in and make sure it's hardened, the thickness on the walls are consistent, and good sound strong pipe. With that accomplished, now we're going to go in with our cutting equipment, rig up our jet edge cutting equipment, and cut the old bent casing off while the well's flowing.
We'll go in and we'll do the dress cut with this jet edge machine, and then we'll install the new blowout preventers. How does it cut? High pressure water, 36,000 psi working pressure. And then we introduce that garnet. There's some sand there that's in the tub, and it comes through. It's introduced right at the nozzle. And that's the cutting agent.
Specially designed tracks will help guide the jet edge cutter carefully around the pipe, while the sand and water cut through the steel. Gas, rocks, and water, all mixed together and rushing skyward at hundreds of miles per hour. It's a noisy operation, yet another concern for the team to keep in mind as they try to focus on the task at hand.
Noise pollution to the max. It's just, it hammers on you because you've got different you get different characteristics in the well flow. You start slugging fluids, bringing fluids with it. It creates concussions out there, and you can feel everything. You can feel it literally, physically, every change in atmospheric pressure as it exits that wellbore.
Back at the wellhead, there's been another delay. The guide track system for the jet edge cutter has failed, and the whole procedure has to be stopped. They decide the best way to handle this situation is to operate the cutter manually. It will mean putting several of the crew directly at risk, within just a few feet of the high-pressure cutter. But there's another danger. With the gas collecting in pools at their feet, a single spark now could result in a fatal explosion inside the hole. A special fire prevention unit is brought in for extra protection.
The idea is if you see a fire, you'll know it. Hit it everything you got. Give us maximum delivery. The rest of us are there for rescue. Anybody else not specifically involved in this program, stay back, well back.
And that's not the only risk of working here. The team must also be on the lookout for falling rocks.
The bigger rocks are, they go a little further because they are heavier, and the flow at the rate that it's at carries them out just a little further. So you might be safer a little closer to the wellbore than you are away from it.
Out here, things look a lot different from those early training sessions back at head office. Before tackling a real fire, every rookie gets a crash course in blowout basics.
Okay, Lane, this is a flange fire. What we're going to do is approach this from the upwind side. When we get approximately 3 or 4 meters from the flange, point your fire stream directly at the flange face. That'll allow the dry chemical to slow down and the flow to pick it up. Okay? Now, if it gets too hot at any time, just simply back out. Or if you put the fire out, back away from the fire. Always back away. All right?
Intensive training can last for months before getting anywhere near a genuine gas well fire. And while no school can totally prepare the men for the unique real-life dangers of their profession, the Safety Boss team does everything it can to make sure its new members are ready.
The difficult task we have as a well-controlled company is that we can't provide the type of training and the type of environment or exposure that a real emergency provides. So it's important that we give them as much as we can prior to that situation. Even a fixed training facility can't provide them with the sort of heat that we're exposed to on a regular daily basis on these projects. One of the most important factors in firefighting is to certainly know your capabilities, but more importantly, your limitations. Knowing your limitations obviously keeps you out of trouble and it keeps you from being hurt or killed.
This is where the endless hours of training count the most. One wrong move here, and the crew could easily lose one of its men. Every phase of the job has its risks, and that translates into money for the company. The more danger you face, the more money you make.
Everybody's on what you might say is a fairly normal monthly salary, but everybody's paid a job bonus, and they're also paid a hazard bonus, and the hazard bonus is obviously proportional to what the hazard is they're facing. But you know, on a good day, a lot of these guys on the front line will be making $2,000-3,000 a day, which and they earn every penny of it, as far as I'm concerned.
It's also the kind of work that isolates the crew from their families, sometimes for weeks on end.
Oh, you always miss your family. But like I say, it's modern technology called the cell phone. Keeps you in touch and whatnot, but you know, they understand. And like I say, it's just the price you pay for what you're doing. You know, everybody's got to be away sometime or another. And like I say, that's just the way the patch operates.
The damaged section of the pipe is finally cut free, clearing the way for the final and most difficult stage of the job. Bringing the raging gas well fully under control by lowering a new blowout prevention stack down on top of the wellhead.
Right now we're going to pick up this whole assembly and attempt to set it onto the well, get it locked in on the new stub that we cut off, and get it welded into place.
This is how it will work. A crane carrying the new stack will hold it in place directly above the wellhead. Guide wires, or snub lines, will then be woven through a series of pulleys attached to the ground, and are then pulled out away from the wellhead, helping to bring the new stack down on top of the well.
We're going to have dispersion of gas going every direction of the compass, and it's going to become a flammable mixture in that cellar and outside that cellar when we break the water out of it. As interesting it is, it's not a spectator show, guys. If it goes wrong, it's going to be really wrong here. It'll be a hell of a gas plume. So stay back and stay out of the way if you're not asked to come in. Equipment operators, the same thing applies. Stand by in case you need other monitors or other support. Pay attention to what's going on, all right?
Every day, up to $100,000 worth of gas is being lost from this single well. And after nearly a week on the job, everyone's patience is wearing thin. It's time to move quickly. With the pulleys now in place, the team prepares to install the new stack. For 6 long days, they've endured searing heat and highly volatile conditions. Finally, the moment they have worked towards. Slowly, carefully, the new BOP stack is lowered over the opening. But there's a problem. It doesn't fit. The diameters of the 2 pipes don't match, and now water and gas are spraying everywhere.
Well, we got to land and but in order to get it to weld, you can't have, if you got any blow by, you won't get a weld. Your weld will crack and then it leaks. That has to be a pressure weld. So that's all right. That's just another delay.
This problem could not be anticipated and is out of the hands of the team. The fabricating yard sent over the wrong pipe. The team will have to try again, this time with a whole new BOP stack. Several hours later, the new equipment is on site, and the crew is ready to try to finish the job again.
Why are we feeling this thing? Get the weight off there, pick it up.
But now, there's another problem.
You ran a plumb line from the edge of that bowl down.
You'd find that curve.
You bet.
The size of the new pipe looks right,
Is this casing bent? Back up and look at it.
but the men are frustrated to discover that somehow it's been bent.
We're really fucking
I wonder, is it the stack or is it the stack?
I don't know what else we can get on. We can lay it down. Lay it down, back at work level, bolt it on, pick it back up again. An inch. We're out an inch in the bowl.
It's a major reversal of fortune, and it will be tomorrow morning before repairs can be made, and they can try fitting the new stack on once again. Day 8, and a weary team picks up where it left off yesterday. If all goes well, this will be the final day on the job.
It was bent and we couldn't get the grapple in. We couldn't swallow it enough to get the seal assembly to set.
The BOP stack is lowered over top of the well, and for the moment, they've got the gas heading in the direction they want. For the first time, the team is feeling optimistic.
A long, painful for it. I know it's longer than a bad dream, wasn't it? Oh, man.
Only this bad dream is recurring. There's a new glitch. It won't seal properly, and can't be welded on the way it is. Over 50,000 pounds of pressure is applied, but still it won't take. And now gas and water are leaking out the sides. This is not the kind of problem for which they had planned. The team is running out of options. They've got a faulty BOP stack stuck on top of the well, and it won't seal. One of the men has an idea. Use the weight of the Traco's shovel to knock it into place. It's unorthodox, and it's dangerous getting that close with the heavy equipment. But for now, it's the only idea that makes any sense. The Traco wheels into place and raises its shovel. The rest of the team looks on anxiously as the operator drops the full force of his machine on top of the new stack. It works, and the stack drops securely in place. Despite all their experience, this time it's ingenuity that pays off for the blowout specialist this time. And now the welders can move in to finally finish the job.
Right now
for oxygen, we're at 21.1. And 0 LELs and 0 H2S. So we're pretty much safe.
Well, we got the important step accomplished. We got our BOP positioned. We have our seal assembly in place, welded now. Our prime integrity is in place. We're going to be going to the next step. We'll be backfilling the location, making sure the well bore is secure. Then we're going to lay diverter lines and get this thing going sideways so we have control over it as we should.
Before the blowout team's work is complete, a new relief well is put in place to help shut off the flow of gas for good. It's called a kill operation. A parallel well is constructed nearby that will connect with the damaged one underground. Once the two are joined, mud and cement are pumped in to help shut the damaged well off from the bottom up and redirect the gas to the new wellhead.
Once we get this thing killed, this place will clear up in a matter of hours. Demobilization is really quick. We'll get it under control and it's done. It's back to normal operations and everybody's gone.
This is my first blowout that I've been on. I'd like to see more. It's different, it's a change. It's exciting. Definitely exciting.
Now I'm relaxing. It's a good day today.
Overall, we're happy. We're very satisfied with the way the job went. We're here around 8-day mark. In a situation like this, 8 days is considered very successful. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a lot of complexities in the job. Our customer seems very pleased right now that we were relatively short-term controlling the situation. And we feel pretty good about being able to come in, not tie up a lot of their resources in the system and get in and get out, if you will, as quickly as possible.
I love my job. There's nothing like it. It's just it's the adrenaline rush, it's the high, it's everything. You know, it's always on the go. And what can I say? It's good money too.
To be able to get involved in something like this, and then to have the opportunity to buy into it. The Kuwait experience, they're all adventures. It's interesting work. I enjoy it.
Everybody knows what comes next. Everybody knows what tools and what procedures are going to be used for the next operation. Everybody knows what hazards are involved, and basically comes down right to the point where they know where they got to stand at this time and what they got to do when each step is undertaken. So that's the pleasure of the situation post-Kuwait, you know, is that you just have such excellent teams that we never had before because they're so experienced, you know.